Welcome to Master of English. So, welcome to another live class. So, we'll wait, 2 to 3 minutes. Let the student join the class. Thereafter, we'll start the class. Okay. So, the chapter, as you know, I've taken a chapter from plus two first year. This is for plus two first year students, and the name of the chapter is the Inchcape Rock. What is the name of the chapter? Vrindavan, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Yes. So the name of the chapter is the Inchcape Rock. Santanu, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Upendra, good evening. Nice you're there. You're watching me. Sneha, good evening, beta. I hope you are doing well. So the chapter is what? The Inchcape Rock. Tribhuvan, good evening. Today I have taken Inchcape Rock by Robert Southey. Abhishek, good evening. Damrudhar, Toltia sir, good evening sir, good evening, good evening. So what happens? The chapter is the Inchcape Rock. The Inchcape Rock कहले कौन? Inchcape Rock कहले समुद्र भितरे थिबा गोटे अदृश्य पहाड़ किंबा शिलाखंड आकाश. गुड इवनिंग. सो अदृश्य शिलाखंड किंबा पहाड़ जहाँ गुरु प्लीज गुड इवनिंग जहाँ गॉड ब्लेस यू धर्मो गॉड ब्लेस यू बेटा. सो जहाँ आखि को देखा जाऊ न था है सी शिलाखंड दैट Inchcape Rock that is not seen normally and that is being covered with the sea water समुद्र पानी. the Inchcape Rock ର meaning okay Inchcape कहले मु तुमको आगरो कहि सारछि. Inchcape Rock होछि तमर गोटे अदृश्य शिलाखंड समुद्र भितरे थिवा हमको देखा न जाउथवा गोटे शिलाखंड किंबा गोटे पर्वत श्रेणी जहाँ द्वारा जोटा सहित माड़ खाइले जहाज भांगी जाए नॉर्मली. आशीष गुड इवनिंग. ठीक अछि. And the author is Robert Southey. Who is the author? Robert Southey, an English poet, and was born on 12 August 1774. 12 अगस्त 1774 मसीह से जन्मग्रहण करते बुझेगा. आ 1843 मसीहा पर्यंत लाइफ स्पान थिला. एंड ही इज एन इंग्लिश रोमांटिक पोएट. रोमांटिसिज्म रो पोएट थिले रॉबर्ट साउदी. ओके. And is a prolific writer, literary scholar, essay writer, and historian and biographer also. He was also writing biography and also he was writing history. Historian madhya thile ke Robert Southey. And this poem, The Inchcape Rock, is a story based poem. Okay. It is about what about human behavior, human tendency, how human feels about another human being and how we are jealous about other people. लोक मान प्रति आम जो जेलस भाव हिंसा भाव अहंकार भाव ये भावनार प्रदर्शन भी ये अच्छी. तत्सहित सहित मनुष्य केमती आउ जनकर फैन को सही पारे ना से जिनसर निदर्शन भी सुंदर भाव अच्छी. आउ गोटे सब बड़ जिनस अच्छी पोएम रे जे आमे जेमिति कर्म करवा आमे सेमिति फल पाइबा. इंग्लिश रे कह जाय ना एज यू सो सो शैल यू रीप. तुम जेमिति कर्म करिवो सेमिति फल पाइबो. तो पोएम टी स्टार्ट करिबा. लेट अस स्टार्ट द पोएम. लॉट्स ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स हैव ऑलरेडी जॉइन्ड. सो व्हाट हैपेंस द फर्स्ट लाइन ऑफ द फर्स्ट स्टैंजा. या फर्स्ट स्टैंजा. ओके. सो व्हाट हैपेंस. नो स्टीर इन द एयर. नो स्टीर. स्टीर कहले आंदोलन. आंदोलन कहले चल प्रचल हेबा. सो देयर वाज नो मूवमेंट एट ऑल. स्टीर मीन्स मूवमेंट. No stir in the air. पवन स्थिर थिला. सीरियस हो जबार के पवन स्थिर थिला. No stir in the air. No stir in the sea. समुद्र भी शांत थिला. समुद्र भी शांत. स्टीर कहले मूवमेंट बिले. स्टीर मीन्स मूवमेंट. सो no stir in the air. No stir in the sea. पवन शांत. समुद्र शांत. Okay. The ship was still as she could be. The ship was still. Still means what? Quite calm, silent. Okay, good evening, Chandrasekhar. Bhumikant, good evening. So what happens? The steep ship was still as she could be. Say ଜାହାଜଟା ଶାନ୍ତ ଥିଲା, ହଲୁ ନଥିଲା, ସେ ଦୋହଲୁ ନଥିଲା, ସେ ଯୋଉଠି ଥିବା କଥା ସେଇ ଜାଗାରେ ଥିଲା. It was there where it was. There was no movement at all. Okay. Next, her cells from heaven received no motion. Her cells କହିଲେ ଗତି, ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ସେଲ୍ସ କହିଲେ ତାର ଯୋଉ ମାନେ ତାର ତଳ ଅଛି କିଲ୍ ଯୋଉଟା ଅଛି ତାକୁ ବି ସେଲ୍ କୁହାଯାଏ. ଆଉ ଆଉ ସେଲ୍ କହିଲେ ତାର ୟାଷ୍ଟ ଯୋଉ ପାଲ ଲାଗିଥାଏ ଯାହା ଯୋଉଠି ପବନ ମାଡ଼ ହେଇକି ଗତି କରି ଚାଲେ, ଆଗକୁ ବଢ଼ି ଚାଲେ, ତାକୁ ବି ସେଲ୍ କୁହାଯାଏ. So her cells from heaven received no motion. Her cells from heaven received no motion. ତାର ଯେଉଁ ପାଲ ଲାଗିଥିଲା ସେ ପାଲକୁ ପବନର ଚାପ ମିଳୁନଥିଲା, ଫଳରେ ଜାହାଜଟା ଅଟକି ଯାଇଥିଲା. ଠିକ ଅଛି. ଏଠି ହେଭେନ୍ ହେଭେନ୍ କହିଲେ କ'ଣ? ସ୍ୱର୍ଗ. ହେଭେନ୍ର ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲ୍ ମିନିଂ ହେଉଛି ସ୍ୱର୍ଗ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଏଠି କ'ଣ ସ୍ୱର୍ଗ ବିଷୟରେ କୁହାଯାଇଛି? ନା, ମାନେ ନେଚର, ପ୍ରକୃତିର କୌଣସି ଚାପ ମିଳୁନଥିଲା, ପ୍ରକୃତିର ଗତି ତାକୁ ମିଳୁନଥିଲା, ଯାହାଫଳରେ ସେଇ ଜାହାଜଟା ସେମିତି ରହିଥିଲା, କାମ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ କ୍ୱାଇଟ୍. ଇଟ୍ ୱାଜ୍ ଷ୍ଟିଲ୍. ସୋ ହର୍ ସେଲ୍ସ କହିଲେ ତମକୁ କହିସାରିଛି ମୁଁ ପାଲ, ଯେଉଁ ପାଲ ବନ୍ଧା ହୁଏ ଦେଖିଥିବ ଡଙ୍ଗା ମାନଙ୍କରେ ପାଲ ବନ୍ଧା ହୁଏ, ସେ ପାଲରେ ପବନ ବାଜିକି ଡଙ୍ଗାଟା ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ଚାଲେ. ସେଲ୍ସ ଫ୍ରମ୍ ହେଭେନ୍ ରିସିଭ୍ଡ ନୋ ମୋସନ୍. ମୋସନ୍ କହିଲେ ଗତି, ତ ତାକୁ କୌଣସି ଗତି ମିଳୁନଥିଲା, ନେଚରରୁ କୌଣସି ସାହାଯ୍ୟ ମିଳୁନଥିଲା, ଗତି ମିଳୁନଥିଲା, ଫଳରେ ସେ ଜାହାଜଟା ସମୁଦ୍ର ମଝିରେ ଶାନ୍ତ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା. ହର୍ କିଲ୍ ୱାଜ୍ ଷ୍ଟିଡି. ଷ୍ଟିଡି ମିନ୍ସ ଫିକ୍ସଡ. ଷ୍ଟିଡି କହିଲେ ଫିକ୍ସଡ, ଆଣ୍ଡ କିଲ୍ କହିଲେ ଦ ବଟମ୍ ପାର୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ସିପ୍. Keel କହିଲେ କ'ଣ? Bottom part of the ship. Okay, so keel means the bottom part of the ship. So her keel was steady in the ocean. Steady in the ocean. ସମୁଦ୍ରରେ ଶାନ୍ତ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା. ପାଗଲ ଗେମିଂ, ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ. So what happened? ସେଟା ପୁରା ସାଇଲେଣ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଇଥିଲା, ସେ ପୁରା ସ୍ଥିର ହେଇକି ରହିଯାଇଥିଲା କିଲ୍ଟା. ବଟମ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ସିପ୍. ଇଟ୍ ୱାଜ୍ perilous reef. Perilous means dangerous. reef କହିଲେ ଉଚ୍ଚ ଜିନିଷ ଗୋଟେ. Satya Swarup Mond. It will go 1 hour at least. I hope so. Till the poem will complete, will continue. Her keel was steady in the ocean. Her keel was steady in the ocean, without either sign or sound of their shock. Without either sign or sound of their shock. Look at this. Either or. The use of either or. These are conjunction. Yes or no? So without either sign or sound of their shock. Shock କହିଲେ ଧକ୍କା. ଧକ୍କାର କୌଣସି ଚିହ୍ନ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣ ନଥିଲା. ଧକ୍କାର କୌଣସି ଚିହ୍ନ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣ ନଥିଲା. ମରେଇଲା ମାନେ କୁଆଡ଼ୁ ବି ସେ ଜାହାଜଟା ଗତି ପାଉନଥିଲା. ମରେଇଲା. So the waves flowed over the Inchcape rock. The waves flowed. Wave କହିଲେ ଢେଉ. Waves flowed over the Inchcape rock. ତ ସମୁଦ୍ର ଭିତରେ ଯେଉଁ ଶିଳାଖଣ୍ଡଟା ଥିଲା, ସେ ପାହାଡ଼ଟା ଥିଲା, ତାର ଉପର ଦେଇକି କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା? ଢେଉ ଚାଲିଥିଲା. ଠିକ ଅଛି. ତାର ଉପର ଦେଇକି କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା? ଢେଉ ଚାଲିଥିଲା. ତା ଉପରେ ତାମାନେ ସେ Inchcape rock ଉପରେ ପାଣି ଯାଉଥିଲା. The waves flowed over the Inchcape rock. Inchcape rock ଉପରେ ପାଣି ଚାଲିଥିଲା. ଠିକ ଅଛି. So little they rose. ପାଣିଟା କେତେବେଳେ ଉପରକୁ ଉଠି ଯାଉଥିଲା. So little they rose, so little they fell. ସେ ପାଣି କେତେବେଳେ ସେ Inchcape rock ଉପରକୁ ପୁରା ଉଠି ଯାଉଥିଲା, ତ କେତେବେଳେ ଡାଉନ୍ ହେଇକି ଯାଉଥିଲା. ଓକେ, that means you can understand while you are just watching the waves in the ocean, what happens? The water rise and fall. So that things is being narrated by the author here. So what happens? So little they rose, so little they fell. ସେ ଢେଉ ଗୁଡ଼ାକ ଉପରକୁ ଉଠୁଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ତଳକୁ ନିମ୍ନଗାମୀ ହେଉଥିଲେ, ତ କେତେବେଳେ ଊର୍ଦ୍ଧ୍ୱଗାମୀ ହେଉଥିଲେ. They didn't move the Inchcape bell, and by that what was happening? They didn't move the Inchcape bell. So Inchcape bellଟା ଆଉ ଶବ୍ଦ କରୁନଥିଲା. ସେ Inchcape bellରେ କୌଣସି ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ହେଉନଥିଲା, କାରଣ ସେ ହଲୁନଥିଲା ନା. ହଲିଲେ ସିନା ବାଜିବ. ଆଦର୍ଶ, ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ. ଦେବାଶିଷ କୁମାର, ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ. So what happens? They didn't move the Inchcape bell. Inchcape bell. Akash, good evening. And Pritesh, Good evening. So what happens? They didn't move the Inchcape belt. Inchcape belt out. Holu nathila. The abbot of Aberbrothock, the main character, you can say, that means ଭଲ ଚରିତ୍ର ଯିଏ ଏଇ ଷ୍ଟୋରିର ଭଲ ଚରିତ୍ର ଯିଏ ସେ ଇନକେପ୍ ବେଲ୍ର ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠାତା କିଏ ସିଏ ଦ abbot of Aberbrothock. Pritesh, God bless you. So the abbot of Aberbrothock is a place, and abbot, is saintly people or saintly people, you can say. ଭଲ ଲୋକ ଜଣେ ଭଲ ମଣିଷ ଯିଏ ଧର୍ମଗୁରୁ ଭାବରେ ପରିଚିତ. The abbot of Aberbrothock had played that bell on the Inchcape rock. Who had played the bell? Yes, the abbot of Aberbrothock had placed the abbot of Aberbrothock. So had played that bell on the Inchcape rock. Why? What is the reason and how? Let us see the next stanza. On a boy, B-U-O-Y, the pronunciation is boy. Okay, boy. The pronunciation is boy. So on a boy, in the storm it floated and swung. On a boy କହିଲେ ଗୋଟେ ଭାସମାନ ପଦାର୍ଥ, soul type of things. Okay, ଗୋଟେ ଭାସମାନ ପଦାର୍ଥ ଉପରେ ସେ ଇନସ୍କେପ୍ ବେଲ୍ଟା ଫିକ୍ସ କରାହେଇଥିଲା. ଗୋଟେ ଭାସମାନ ପଦାର୍ଥ ଏମିତି ସମୁଦ୍ର ପାଣି ଉପରେ ରଖିକି ତା ଉପରେ ବେଲ୍ଟା ଫିକ୍ସ କରାହେଇଥିଲା. So on a boy in the storm କହିଲେ ଝଡ଼. Good evening, Buddhadev, Alek, good evening. So on a boy in the storm କହିଲେ ଝଡ଼, ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାତ୍ୟା ଆସୁଥିଲା, ପବନ ଆସୁଥିଲା, ଯେତେବେଳେ ସମୁଦ୍ର ଅଶାନ୍ତ ହେଇଯାଉଥିଲା, ସେ ସମୟରେ କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା? On a boy in the storm it floated ଭାସୁଥିଲା, ଭାସିବା, it floated ଭାସୁଥିଲା, and swung ଦୋହଲୁଥିଲା. Manoj, good evening, nice to see you there. Floated and swung, swung, V3 form, swing, swung, yes or no? So on a boy in the storm it floated and swung, ଭାସୁଥିଲା, କୋଉଟା ଭାସୁଥିଲା? ସେ ବୟଟା ଆଉ ଦୋହଲୁଥିଲା, like this it was steering. Okay, and over the waves it's warning wrong, and thereafter what was happening? Over the waves it's warning wrong. ସେ ବେଲ୍ଟା ଯେତେବେଳେ ବାଜୁଥିଲା ଟିନ୍ 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 କରିକି ଢନ୍ କରିକି ସେତେବେଳେ କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା? ସେ ବେଲ୍ର ସାଉଣ୍ଡଟା, ଶବ୍ଦ ଚାରିଆଡ଼େ ପ୍ରସାରିତ ହେଇଯାଉଥିଲା. ଫଳରେ ଲୋକମାନେ ଜାଣିପାରୁଥିଲେ, the sailor, they came to listen that, and they are being warned by that bell that yes, that perilous rock is there. We must move away from that path. Wherever we are going, we must move away from our path. ଆମେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବେ ଅଲଗା ରାସ୍ତାରେ ଯିବା ଦରକାର, କାରଣ ଆଗକୁ ପଥରଟା ଅଛି, ସେ ଶିଳାଖଣ୍ଡଟା ଅଛି. ଯଦି ଆମକୁ କନଷ୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଯିବା ତାହେଲେ କ'ଣ ହବ? ସିଧା ଯଦି ଯିବା ତାହେଲେ ଆମେ ଧୋକା ଖାଇଯିବା. So who were listening this warning bell? The sailors, the mariners, you can say. And over the waves it warning wrong. ପବନର ଢେଉରେ, ପବନର ତାଳେ ତାଳେ, ଆଶିଷ, ଗୁଡ୍ ଇଭିନିଂ, ପବନର ତାଳେ ତାଳେ ତାର ୱାର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂଟା ବାଜୁଥିଲା. ଠିକ ଅଛି. When the rock was hid by the surf swell, କହିଲେ କ'ଣ? ସମୁଦ୍ର ଯେତେବେଳେ, ସମୁଦ୍ର ଢେଇ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବଢି ଯାଉଥିଲା, ଜୁଆର ଆସୁଥିଲା ସମୁଦ୍ର ଯେତେବେଳେ. So when the rock was hid କହିଲେ ଲୁଚିବା, ତ ଯେତେବେଳେ ସମୁଦ୍ରର ଢେଇ ମାଡ଼ି ଯାଉଥିଲା, ସମୁଦ୍ର ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅଶାନ୍ତ ହେଇଯାଉଥିଲା, ସମୁଦ୍ରର ପାଣିର ଲେଭେଲ ଯେତେବେଳେ ବଢି ଯାଉଥିଲା, the rock was hid, ପଥରଟା ହଜି ଯାଉଥିଲା, ପଥରଟା ଲୁଚି ଯାଉଥିଲା. Hid by the surf swell, the mariner heard the warning bell, and at the very moment the bell was ringing. Bell bajuthila. Okay, and so what was happening? The mariners means the sailor. Mariner means who? The sailor. The mariners heard the warning bell. See summarize bell warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock. Perilous means dangerous. And thereafter they will be able to know, they can know that yes, the perilous rock is there, the dangerous rock is there. ଯେ ସେ ଭୟଙ୍କର ରକଟା, ସେ ପଥରଟା ଆଗକୁ ଅଛି, ସେ ପଥରଟା ଆଗକୁ ଅଛି. ଆରେ ଡଙ୍ଗାଟା ଅଲଗା ରାସ୍ତାରେ ନେଇ ଚାଲ ରେ, ଆଗକୁ କ'ଣ ଅଛି? ଆଗକୁ ପଥର ଅଛି. That Inchcape rock is there. We might have collided. Same to you, that was it. So what happens in this case? The mariners heard the warning bell. Mariners heard the warning bell. Then they knew the perilous rock. ତାପରେ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣି ଯାଉଥିଲେ ଯେ ଆଗକୁ ସେ ଭୟଙ୍କର ପଥରଟା ଅଛି। ସେ ପଥରରେ ଯଦି ସେମାନେ ଧକ୍କା ଖାଇବେ ତାହେଲେ ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଭାବେ ତାଙ୍କର ଆକ୍ସିଡେଣ୍ଟ ହେବ, ଦୁର୍ଘଟଣା ହେବ। They can be sent down. ସେମାନେ ପାଣିରେ ବୁଡ଼ିଯିବେ। ତାଙ୍କର ଜାହାଜଟା ଭାଙ୍ଗିଯିବ, ଖଣ୍ଡ ବିଖଣ୍ଡିତ ହେଇଯିବ। Yes or no? And blessed the abbot of Aberbrothock. And blessed the abbot of Aberbrothock. ତାପରେ ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କରୁଥିଲେ? Abbot of Aberbrothock, ଯିଏ ସେ ବେଲ୍ର ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠାତା, କ୍ରେଜି ଗେମିଂ, God bless you, God bless you. So what happens? They were blessing the person, the very person who was, that founded the bell. ସେ ବେଲ୍କୁ ଯିଏ ପ୍ରତିଷ୍ଠା କରିଥିଲେ Abbot of Aberbrothock, ତାଙ୍କୁ ସେମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ କ'ଣ କରୁଥିଲେ? ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରୁଥିଲେ। ତାଙ୍କୁ କୃତଜ୍ଞତା ଜ୍ଞାପନ। They were very grateful to that person. Because of that person their life has been saved. That's why they were praising. So why did the people bless the Abbot of Aberbrothock? Because of that warning of the Inchcape bell, they have saved their lives. That's why they were praising and they were blessing whom? To the Abbot of Aberbrothock, the founder of the bell, or the establishment or establisher of the bell. And blessed the Abbot of Aberbrothock. Okay, let us see the question and answer of first unit. What are the questions? How did the poet describe the Inchcape rock? How does the poet describe the Inchcape rock? The Inchcape rock is that rock where there is no stir. There is no stir in the air, no stir in the sea. And it was there, where? Inside the ocean. And it was an invisible rock. Okay. Question number two. Was the Inchcape rock dangerous? Yes, the Inchcape rock was dangerous. Pile mone rakhiba question ro uttar jetebale douchu tame whenever you are writing answer, remember, I'm telling you a tips. What tips douchi je sabu bele e bhaliya prashna jetebale uttar auchi jemti eta aila, was the Inchcape rock dangerous? We have to write half of the question ro odha likhibar achi amku. Yes or no? Yes, the Inchcape rock was dangerous. Simple. क्वेश्चन फॉर्म को हम स्टेटमेंट फॉर्म को कन्वर्ट कर दबो, हमर आंसर कंप्लीट हे जिवो। मन रहला ए टिप्स तो सबले मन रखिबो। आ पास्ट टेंस रो क्वेश्चन को पास्ट टेंस रे उत्तर दबो, प्रेजेंट टेंस रो प्रश्न को प्रेजेंट टेंस रे उत्तर। बहुत पिलांगरा भूल हुए, ग्रामेटिकल एरर हुए। प्रेजेंट टेंस टा को पास्ट टेंस रे दे देबे, पास्ट टेंस टा को प्रेजेंट टेंस रे दे दो। मु ग्रामर भी लाइव क्लास करिवे हैं। आई वांट टू सी यू देयर एवरीवन। आई विल गो लाइव, यू कैन आस्क मी। हां, आई हैव अ क्वेश्चन, एक्सट्रीम फन। ओके, आस्क मी व्हाटएवर क्वेश्चन यू हैव. So next question. Why did the abbot place the bell on the Inchcape rock? काहे की समय place कले? In order to save the people, in order to warn the people that they will not be collided with the Inchcape rock. That's why he has established the bell. Next question. When did the Inchcape bell ring? Okay. Next question. What? When did the Inchcape bell ring? When did the Inchcape bell ring? केतेबेले सेटा बाजुतिला? केतेबेले? जेतेबेले समुद्र अशांत हे पडुतला. When the ocean got the surge swell and the ocean got the storm, at that time the buoy that was floating on the water and it was swinging. What is that question? I didn't get your question. Why didn't get your question? Extreme Gaming, please write the question properly. When did the Inchcape bell ring? Okay. Why did mariner place the Aberbrothock? Why did mariner placed? Mariner mane kahe ki bless करुतले? The mariner were blessing or placed the Abbot of Aberbrothock because they have saved their lives due to that Inchcape bell, and the Inchcape bell was being established by Abbot of Aberbrothock. That's why they were blessing the Abbot of Aberbrothock. Okay. Let us start the next question. Now the villain will entry. Vartaman villain asiba pile. Villain entry karibo. Let us see. Sir, you don't know Hindi. Yeah, I know Hindi. I know Hindi. You can tell. Yes, I know Hindi. I know Hindi. You can ask me any question. In Hindi. Hindi मुझे आता है Hindi. Was shining gay. Huh? The sun in heaven was shining gay. The second unit, first line. The sun in heaven was shining gay. সেদিনও সূর্য সুন্দর ভাবে উষ্ম আলোকের আলোকিত করুতলে। It was shining gay. Gay means happiness, but here not gay means happiness. So what happens here? The sun in heaven was shining gay. The sun in heaven was shining gay. Surya kirana chak chak karutula. Sundar kirana kamala josna padutula. All things were joyful on that day. I don't know who is Kokila, what you are asking. Such type, don't ask such type of question. Okay, the sun in heaven was shining. Sadanjali, good evening. Meaning of gay means happiness, but here gay means, the bright ray. Okay. So the sun in heaven was shining gay, shining gay. All things were joyful on that day. All things were joyful on that day. All things were joyful on that day. ସେଇଦିନ କ'ଣ ଥିଲା? ସବୁ ଜିନିଷ ଆନନ୍ଦ ମୁଖର ଥିଲା, ସମସ୍ତେ ଖୁସି ଥିଲେ. All things are joyful. Okay, on that day the sea birds screamed. The sea birds screamed. Saita, hi. So what happened? The sea bird screamed. समुद्र का पक्षी, समंदर के जो पंछी लोगन हैं वो घूम रहे थे, गोल गोल घूम रहे थे, वो लोग चिल्ला रहे थे. They screamed, चिल्ला रहे थे. ସେମାନେ କ'ଣ କରୁଥିଲେ? साउंड କରୁଥିଲେ, jocund sound. They were creating jocund sound. Okay, मतलब खुश होके चिल्लाना. बर्ड्स लोगन का जो आवाज आता है, खुश लोग जो चिल्लाते हैं, वैसा चिल्ला रहे थे वो लोग. क्या कर रहे थे? The sea bird screamed as they wheeled round, as they wheeled round. वो मतलब ऐसे गोल गोल घूम रहे थे, गोल गोल बोलुथिले. अब कौन करथिले? नितिन कुमार बगार, हाय हाय. So what happens? They were just screaming. They were screaming and they were wheeling around. खुशी रे ସେମାନେ ଗୋଲ ଗୋଲ ବୁଲୁଥିଲେ ଆଉ ଚିତ୍କାର କରୁଥିଲେ. ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଖୁସି ହେଇଗଲେ ହସି ପଡୁ, ଏତେ ହସି ପଡୁ ଯେ ସମସ୍ତେ ପଳେଇ ଆସନ୍ତି କ'ଣ ହେଲା କ'ଣ ନାହିଁ ବୋଲି ଚିତ୍କାର କରିବ. That same thing is happening here. And there was joyance in their sound. Joyance means happiness. Joyance, Joyance. Joyance means happiness. There were joyance in their sound. जो उनके जो साउंड था उसमें मतलब खुश दिख हमको लग रहा था कि वो लोग बहुत खुश थे, ସେମାନେ ବହୁତ खुशी ଥିଲେ. Joyance, happiness was there in their sound. The buoy of the Inchcape bell was seen. The buoy, ସେ ଭାସମାନ ପଦାର୍ଥ ଯାହା ଉପରେ Inchcape bellଟା ଲଗା ହେଇଥିଲା, was seen, ଦେଖା ଯାଉଥିଲା. କେମିତି ଦେଖା ଯାଉଥିଲା? A darker speck and the ocean green. How it was looking? A darker speck, the ocean green. नील समुद्र भितर गोटे कला चिन्ह भलिया देखा जाउतला. कोटा? द Inchcape rock. कैसे दिख रहा था? नीला समंदर में एक काला, मतलब कुछ काला टीका लगा हुआ है, ऐसे दिख रहा था. A darker speck and the ocean green. Sir Ralph the villain. Sir Ralph was there. Sir Ralph was there. So was there Sir Ralph the rover. The rover means wicked people are called rover. Rover, yes or no? Walked his deck. अपने डेक के ऊपर वो घूम रहा था. कौन घूम रहा था? सर राल्फ घूम रहा था. कौन घूम रहा था? सर राल्फ घूम रहा था. किए बोलुथिला पिले डेक ऊपर सीप रो जो ऊपर पट देखि दिवस मरीनर माने जहाज रे गला बेले ऊपर बुलु थांती, ऊपर हमको देखा भी जाए. That is called the deck of the ship. The upper part of the ship is called the deck of the ship. चारियाडे रेलिंग लगी था, रेलिंग की धरी के लोग देखु थांती. So Sir Ralph, the dacoits. Okay, Sir Ralph the robber walked his deck. से deck ऊपर परिक्रमा करतला बुलुथला. Sir Ralph the villain itself. Okay, then and he fixed his eye on the darkest speck, and his eyes were fixed. तार आखी गोटे जगह निर्दिष्ट भाव रे पड़ीथिला. Fixed where it was, on the darkest speck. से darker speck को देखुतला, से कला चिन्ह को देखुतला, से Inchcape bell को देखुतला. वो रोवर का मतलब पायरेट से क्या? यस वृंदावन, रोवर का मतलब पायरेट से बेटा. So he felt and he fixed his eye on the darkest speck. His eyes were fixed on the darkest speck. वहाँ से कला चिन्ह ऊपर तार आखिटा फिक्स है कि रहतला. He felt the cheering pour of string, and he felt he was enjoying. He was, sensationally happy. He was very happy. The robber was very happy. So Ralph was very happy. Okay. He felt the cheering for of string. ସେ ବସନ୍ତର ପବନରେ ଆନନ୍ଦ ମୁଖରିତ ହେଉଥିଲା. କିଏ? Sir Ralph. ସେ ବହୁତ ଖୁସି ଥିଲା. He was very happy. He was being excited. He was going to do something different. He was going to do something different and he was going to do something new. That's why he was very happy. बहुत खुशी थिला से कारण ताको आज किछि गुट करिवार थिला से नुआ किछि करिवार थिला. That's why he was very happy. He was very happy. Sir Ralph. He felt the cheering power of string. बसंत ऋतुर से पवन बसंत ऋतुर ताले ताले बसंत जेमती बसंत ऋतुर आज बसंत बोली कहा जाए गोटे तो सेई बसंतर मेथ हैप्पीनेस ता मध्यरे थिला. It made him whistle, it made him sing. Se keteବେଳେ ସିଟି ବଜେଇ ଦଉଥିଲା whistle ବଜେଇ ଦଉଥିଲା. Yes. So it was just it made him whistle, it made him sing. Se କେତେବେଳେ ଗୀତ ଗାଇ ଦଉଥିଲା କିଏ Ralph. Se ଗୀତ ଗାଇ ଦଉଥିଲା whistle ବଜେଇ ଦଉଥିଲା. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to access. Mirthful, joyful. Mirthful କହିଲେ joyful. His heart was mirthful to access. He was very happy. Access. एक्सेस कहले अधिकार एक्सेस कहले आ एक्सेस कहले अधिकार मध्य एक्सेस कहले अधिकार आ एक्सेस कहले अधिकार ठीक अछि. सो हियर एक्सेस कहले अधिकार. गुड इवनिंग रिया, गुड इवनिंग. यू आर लेट बेटा. सो व्हाट हैपेंस, इट मेड हिम व्हिसल, इट मेड हिम सिंग. इट मेड हिम व्हिसल, इट मेड हिम सिंग. से सिटी बजाउथला आ गीत भी गाउथला के वाज देयर सर राल्फ द रोवर. Made him sing. His heart was mirthful to access, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. But the rover's mirth means happiness. किंतु तार मस्तिष्क जो खुशीटा थिला तार हृदय जो खुशी थिला it was what? Wickedness. Wickedness कहले कौन? What is wickedness? अनिष्ट चिंता थिला तार मन में. खराब चिंताधारा थिला, भलो चिंता न थिला. You know, there was no good things in his heart. He was thinking bad. He was, he was going to do something wrong, not good, not right. It mustn't be done by a human being, but the, the rover, Ralph, he was doing to that thing, going to do that thing. So what happens? His heart was merciful to access, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. किंतु से समुद्रिक लुटरा जे थिला तार जो मिर्च थिला तार जो हैप्पीनेस थिला सेटा कोन थिला दुष्टामी रस थिला. He was excited to access. It was not a good thing at all, it was a bad thing. Okay, then what happens, his eyes was on the Inchcape float. Taraki कोड थिला, his eyes was on the Inchcape float. See, Inchcape float ऊपर ताराकी थिला. His eyes was on the Inchcape float. Inchcape float कहले से बेल जो बंधा है थिला से बेल ऊपर ताराकी थिला. Quoth, Quoth. Quoth कहले कौन? Quoth means exactly to say. कहिपा. Quote. 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 सुनी देव तुम्हें quote रू quotation है ची. So quoth. This is the archaic use of quote. Okay. Old English रे व्यवहार होतला. So quoth means said. Quoth he से कहिला. He said, my man, put out the boat. कौन कहला? My man, put out the boat. हे मोर प्रिय बंधुगण, हे मोर लोक माने, मोर डंगा put out मते बोही नहीं चला, बाही नहीं चला. Sail my boat towards where? Towards that Inchcape float. Towards that Inchcape float. Yes, take me there. Who told? Ralph told. Quoth me, my man, put out the boat and row me to the Inchcape rock. And row me, row बोले तुम जानते हो डंगा चले बाटे को row बोले को है. And row me, मतलब बाही के निया row me to the Inchcape float. मतलब से Inchcape float तक को नहीं जाओ. किए कहला? Ralph कहला. कहाँ को कहला? To the people. तार जो लोक माने थिले. अंशुमान, good evening. तार जो लोक माने थिले से मानो से कहला. Row me to the Inchcape float. मतलब से ठीक नहीं चलो. And I'll plag. Look at the word. I'll plag. Plag Plague. Plag कहले छिंडेवा, काटी दवा, नष्ट करिवा, destroy. So I'll plag the abbot of Abbot प्रथक. मु कौन करिबी आजी? मु Abbot प्रथक रो नाम निशान मिटाई देवी. किए कहला? Ralph कहला. कौन कहला? आज मैं Abbot प्रथक का नाम निशान मिटा दूंगा, मुझे लेकर चलो वहां. किससे कहा? To whom? To his men, to the people who were along with him. He told so. Yes or no? The boat is lowered. ଲୋକମାନେ କ'ଣ କଲେ ତାକୁ ନେଇ ଚାଲିଲେ. The boat is lowered. ଡଙ୍ଗା ତଳକୁ କରାଗଲା. ଡଙ୍ଗାକୁ ଟିକେ ନିମ୍ନମୁଖୀ କରି ଦିଆଗଲା. The boat is lowered. The boatman row. ଡଙ୍ଗା ଚାଳକ ମାନେ ଡଙ୍ଗାଟାକୁ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ସେପଟକୁ ନେଇଗଲେ. The boat is lowered. ଡଙ୍ଗାଟାକୁ ତଳ କରିକି ତାକୁ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ନେଇଗଲେ. କୁଆଡ଼କୁ ନେଇଗଲେ? Inchcape plot ପାଖକୁ ନେଇଗଲେ. Boatman row and to the Inchcape rock they go. And where they were going? They were going toward the Inchcape rock. They were going toward the Inchcape rock. ସେମାନେ ସେ Inchcape rock ଆଡ଼କୁ ଯାଉଥିଲେ. Were going, yeah, Sir Ralph and all the people along with him. They were going towards the Inchcape rock. Rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat. Ralph କ'ଣ କଲା? ସେ ଡଙ୍ଗାରୁ ତଳକୁ ନଇଁ ପଡ଼ିଲା. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat. ସେ ଡଙ୍ଗାରୁ ତଳକୁ ନଇଁ ପଡ଼ିଲା. And what he did? And he caught the bell from the Inchcape float. And he caught the bell from the Inchcape float. ଆଉ କ'ଣ କଲା? He caught the bell from the Inchcape float. ସେ Inchcape float ରୁ ବେଲଟାକୁ ଅଲଗା କରିଦେଲା ଏକାଳକେ. So he caught the bell from the Inchcape float. ସେ Inchcape float ରେ ଯୋଉ ବେଲଟା ଝୁଲୁଥିଲା ତାକୁ ସେ କାଟିଦେଲା. କିଏ? Sir Ralph. Cut the bell from the Inchcape. Down sunk the bell. ବେଲଟା କ'ଣ ପ୍ରତିବାଦ କରିପାରିବ? ତାର କ'ଣ ଜୀବନ ଅଛି? ନା. ତ ଶ୍ରାଜବାଗ, God bless you. So the boat down sunk the bell. Sunk କହିଲେ ବୁଡ଼ିଯିବା. Sunk କହିଲେ ବୁଡ଼ିଯିବା. Down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound. Gurgling sound. ପାଣିର କଳକଳ ଶବ୍ଦ. ବେଲଟି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ବୁଡ଼ି ଯାଉଥିଲା. Gurgling sound ରେ ବେଲଟି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ବୁଡ଼ି ଯାଉଥିଲା. Down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound. The bubbles. Bubbles କହିଲେ କ'ଣ? ପାଣି ଫୋଟକା. Bubbles କହିଲେ ପାଣି ଫୋଟକା. The bubbles froze and burst around. ପାଣି ଫୋଟକା ସବୁ ବାହାରୁଥିଲେ ଏବଂ ସେମାନେ ଫୁଟି ଫୁଟି ଯାଉଥିଲେ. ମଣିଷ ଜୀବନ ପାଣି ଫୋଟିକା ବୋଲି କହନ୍ତି. ଯେମିତି ସେଟା ଆସେ ଓ ଚାଲିଯାଏ, ଆସେ ଓ ଚାଲିଯାଏ. That's why it is compared with bubbles. The bubbles froze and burst. Burst କହିଲେ ଫାଟିବା. Burst around. ପାଣି ଫୋଟକା ସବୁ ଉଠୁଥିଲା, ଫାଟି ଫାଟି ଯାଉଥିଲା. Burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph. Sir Ralph କହିଲା. କ'ଣ କହିଲା? Quoth Sir Ralph. The next who comes to the rock. Hey my man, listen to me. The next will come to the rock. What will happen? One place the abbot of Aberbrothock. One place the abbot of Aberbrothock. ଆଉ କିଏ ସେ ମୂର୍ଖ abbot of Aberbrothock କୁ କ'ଣ କରିବେ ନାହିଁ? କିଏ ବି ତାକୁ ଆଉ ବ୍ଲେସ୍ କରିବେ ନାହିଁ. କିଏ ବି ତାକୁ ଆଉ କ'ଣ କରିବେ ନାହିଁ? ପ୍ରାର୍ଥନା କରି ତାକୁ ଆଉ କିଏ ଆଶୀର୍ବାଦ କରିବେ ନାହିଁ. ତାକୁ କିଏ କୃତଜ୍ଞତା ଜ୍ଞାପନ କରିବେ ନାହିଁ. Aberbrothockର ଯାହା ନେମ୍ ଆଣ୍ଡ ଫେମ୍ ଥିଲା, I have destroyed. ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ନଷ୍ଟ କରିଦେବି. Okay, next question. Let us see the next question. What happens? How does the poet express the cheering power of spring? The cheering power of spring. You know, the birds, they were, wheeling around. Yes or no? The birds are wheeling around, and even if the cheering power of spring, it expresses to the gay sun. ठीक है जी. Happy Surya, gay sun. And steaming of the seawards, joyful atmosphere. Steaming of the seawards and joyful atmosphere. एमाने सबू को नहीं करी कौन काकू वर्णना कराई ची. The cheering power of the spring. When did Ralph come across the Inchcape bell? केते बड़े से Inchcape bell पाकू आइला? Ralph. This is the question answer series of unit 2. So Ralph came across the Inchcape bell while passing by the rock. While passing by the rock. Rock पाखा पाखी जेतବେଳେ ଯାଉଥିଲା ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ଆଇଲା. His eye fell on the bell placed on the Inchcape plot, and his eyes. Stanza 4 or ek bar. Stanza 4. Okay, which stanza 4? Down sung the bell. Filal, I have no time. I'll explain in the next class. I'll go for I have to complete the text, so another 20-30 minutes I'll take. So next question. What kind of person? What was the effect of the cheering power of spring on Ralph? What was the effect of what are the effect of the cheering power of spring on Ralph? The cheering power of spring. Okay, the cheering power of spring made Ralph whistle and sing. And because of that cheering power of spring, Sir Ralph was whistling and he was singing. Next question. What act of wickedness did he do? What act of wickedness did he do? What act of wickedness did he do? He cut the Inchcape bell. He cut the Inchcape bell. Okay, next question. Why did he do? Why did he do the wicked act? Se kahi ki kala. Why did he do the wicked act? He did it. He did the wicked act because he don't want that Abraham be blessed by other people, and he was a wicked person, and he can't tolerate the praising of other people for other people. That's why. Okay, let us go to the last unit. Now, as you work social Europe, that thing will know. The last pattern or last, unit, the text. I think this is the most interesting part because whatever we have done, ଯାହା ଆମେ କରିଛେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ତାର ରିଜଲ୍ଟ ଦେଖିବା ମଣିଷ ଯାହା କାମ କରେ ତାର ରିଜଲ୍ଟ ପାଏ ନା ଶେଷରେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଏଥିରେ ରିଜଲ୍ଟ ମିଳିବ ଆଉ ରିଜଲ୍ଟ କିଏ ପାଇବ ସାର୍ ରାଲ୍ଫ let us see Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. कौन कला ସମୁଦ୍ରରେ ସେ ଚାଲିଲା ଲୁଟି ଲୁଟି ଚାଲିଲା ସମୁଦ୍ରର ତାର ଗତିପଥ ଚାଲିଛି Sir Ralph the rover sailed away. ଚାଲିଲା ସମୁଦ୍ରରେ ଚାଲିଲା ସେ ତ ଇନ୍ସକେପ୍ ବେଲ୍ଟକୁ ଛିଣ୍ଡେଇ ଦେଲା ଆଉ ଚାଲିଲା କିଏ ଚାଲିଲା Sir Ralph. He scored SCOURD scored ଲୁଟିବା ଡକାୟତି କରିବା जबरदस्ती छड़ाई नेबा okay he scored the seas for many a day and what he did scored the sea for many a day बहुत दिन धरी से समुद्र को लुटिला समुद्र थिवा जहाज मानकु से लुटी लुटी चलिला जबरदस्ती जहाज मानकु बंदूक मनरे लुटी लुटी चलिला किए the pirates the rover Sir Ralph for many a day and now grown rich with plundered store now he is a rich person who is a rich person who is a rich person now? Sir Ralph, yes. He became so rich by plundering the stores. Plunder kale loot kariwa. So by plundering or by scoring the sea, by plundering the store of others, he became rich. Who is rich now? Sir Ralph is very rich now. And now rich with plundered store, he steers his course for Scotland shore, and he is a man of Scotland. Who? Sir Ralph. So what is the country Sir Ralph does belongs to? Scotland. So now what happens? He steers, steer kaile buleva. Steer kaile steer buleva. Steer his course for Scotland shore. Course kaile ethi tar ship ku kuha jauchi tar duty ku kuha jauchi tar gantavya sthala ku kuha jauchi. So what happens? Now he steers the course to Scotland shore. Tar lokaman कहला चला वर्तमान it's time. Let us go. Ame Jiva. So thick a haze overspread the sky. So thick. बहुत खंच देखो पिले परिस्थिति किभଳି परिवर्तन होछि how was circumstance change let us see so thick a haze overspread the sky haze कहले fog कुहुडी haze कहले कोन कुहुडी so thick बहुत खंच कुहुडी समुद्र ऊपर कोटि कला it was very hard to see the person who were in the ship they were not able to see it yes or no so thick a haze overspread the sky akasare baholiya megha kuhudira astarana ghotigala they cannot see the sun on high they means the people in the ship se samudra se jahajare thiba loko mane they cannot see the sun on high ସେମାନେ ଆକାଶର ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ମୁଣ୍ଡ ଉପରେ ଥିବା ସୂର୍ଯ୍ୟକୁ ଆଉ ଦେଖି ପାରୁନଥିଲେ because of what why the people they were not able to see because of that haze good evening achintya you are late so thick a haze overspread the sky they cannot see the sun on high the wind hath blown hath ମୁଁ ତମକୁ ଆଗରେ ବି କହିସାରିଛି hath 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 କହିଲେ has 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 ठीक है this is archaic use or old English you can say okay this is what old English so thick a haze overspread the sky they cannot see the sun on high the wind hath blown gale the wind hath blown gale gale कहले कोन storm ଝଡ଼ gale କହିଲେ ଝଡ଼ storm ଜୋରରେ ପବନ ବହିବା the wind had blown gale all day ଦିନ ସାରା ବହୁତ ଜୋରରେ ପବନ ବହୁଥିଲା ଦିନ ସାରା ବହୁତ ଜୋରରେ ପବନ ବହୁଥିଲା gale 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 କହିଲେ पंकज कुमार okay thank you watch so blown gale all day at evening it had died away and at evening when the evening came ଯେତେବେଳେ ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟା ହେଲା when the evening came it had HATH again had କହିଲେ has it has died away ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାରେ ସେ ଝଡ଼ ଆଉ ନଥିଲା ସନ୍ଧ୍ୟାରେ କ'ଣ ହେଲା ଝଡ଼ଟା ଉଭେଇଗଲା ଝଡ଼ ବିଲକୁଲ ନଥିଲା there was no storm no gale nothing was there it is died ଗୋଟେ ଜିନିଷ ମାନେ ଏଠି ପର୍ସନିଫିକେସନ କରାଯାଇଛି ପିଲେ ପର୍ସନିଫିକେସନ କହିଲେ କ'ଣ ପୁରୁଷ ସହିତ ଆନିମେଟ୍ ଜିନିଷକୁ ଇନଆନିମେଟ୍ ଜିନିଷ ସହିତ କମ୍ପେୟାର କରିବା ଦିସ୍ କଲ୍ଡ ପର୍ସନିଫିକେସନ ମନେ ରଖିଥାଅ ଦିସ୍ କଲ୍ଡ ପର୍ସନିଫିକେସନ ମାନେ ଏଠି ଦେଖ କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି ଦ ୱିଣ୍ଡ ହ୍ୟାଥ୍ blown gale all day at evening it hath died ପବନ କେବେ ମରେ କି ପବନକୁ ମରିବା ସହିତ କମ୍ପେୟାର କରାଯାଇଛି ତାହେଲେ this is called personification ମନେ ରଖିବା ଏଇ ଜିନିଷ note it down ମୁଁ ଗଲା ଚାପ୍ଟର ବି personification ବିଷୟରେ କହିଥିଲି at evening it hath died away on the deck the rover takes its stand where is Sir Ralph କୋଉଠି ଅଛି where is Sir Ralph on the deck ଉପରେ ବସିଛି କିଏ ବସିଛି Sir Ralph is sitting on the deck Sir Ralph is sitting on the deck ଉପରେ ବସିଛି who is sitting there Sir Ralph oh on the deck the rovers take its stand so dark it is they see no land and it is so dark outside ବହୁତ ଅନ୍ଧାର ହେଇଛି they see no land ତାଙ୍କୁ କୌଣସି ମାନେ ସ୍ଥଳଭାଗ ଦେଖା ଏଠି land କହିଲେ ଭୂମି ନାହିଁ land କହିଲେ ସ୍ଥଳଭାଗ they were not able to see any land କୌଣସି ଜମି ଦେଖା ଯାଉନି ତାଙ୍କୁ କୌଣସି ସ୍ଥଳଭାଗ ଦେଖା ଯାଉନାହିଁ see no land quoth Sir Ralph quoth ତମକୁ ଯେଉଁମାନେ ଲେଟର ଆଇଛ ସେମାନେ କହିଦେଉଛି quoth କହିଲେ କହିଲା quoth Sir Ralph told to whom quoth Sir Ralph it will be lighter soon oh my man don't worry about all those things it will be light oh don't worry man it comes it go don't think about all those things who told Sir Ralph who told Sir Ralph to whom to his people to his fellow men who told Sir Ralph quoth Sir Ralph it will be lighter soon don't worry it will be lighter soon କ'ଣ କହିଲା ଆରେ ତୁମେ ଚିନ୍ତା କରନା ଏଇଟା ଜଲ୍ଦି ହିଁ କ'ଣ ହେଇଯିବ ଉଜ୍ଜଳ ହେଇଯିବ ଆଲୋକ ଆସିଯିବ ତୁମେ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବାର ନାହିଁ why it will be lighter look the reason is there the reason for there is the dan of the rising moon କାରଣ ଆଉ କିଛି ସମୟ ପରେ ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ଉଦୟ ହେବ ସେଟା ଚନ୍ଦ୍ର ପକ୍ଷ ଥିଲା ଓକେ dan କହିଲେ voice come I'm trying okay I'll try my voice is choking okay I'll try so what happens quoth Sir Ralph it will be light soon for there is the dan of the rising moon there dan କହିଲେ ଉଦୟ dan କହିଲେ ଉଦୟ so in this case dan କହିଲେ normally dan କହିଲେ ପ୍ରଭାତ but here in this case dan କହିଲେ ଉଦୟ तो चंद्र उदय ହେବ ଆଉ କିଛି ସମୟ ପରେ कुछ टाइम के बाद मतलब चांद आएगा तो इसलिए so what happens there is the dan of the rising moon चंद्र उदय ହେବ କିଛି ସମୟ ପରେ तो अंधार ଚାଲିଯିବ who told Sir Ralph to whom to his fellow men to the people CANST can't hear can't the archaic use old English CANT ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ନା can't ସେ can't ର ଏଠି ଲେଖା ହେଇଛି can't CANST ଆଗ ମାନେ ପାଖାପାଖି 1100 AD रे इंग्लिश ଯେତେବେଳେ କହୁଥିଲେ ସେମାନେ canst CANST even if Shakespearean era ରେ ବି ଏଟା ବ୍ୟବହାର ହଉଥିଲା CANST now in modern English we are using can't okay so can't hear said one the breaker shore କହିଲେ କୂଳ ସହିତ ଢେଉ ଧକ୍କା ଖାଇବାଟା ତାକୁ ବ୍ରେକର ଶୋର ବୋଲି କୁହାଯାଏ ମନେ ରଖିବା କୂଳ ସହିତ ଢେଉ ଯୋଉ ଧକ୍କା ଖାଏ ତାର ଯୋଉ ଶବ୍ଦ ଆସେ ପୁରୀ ବେଳାଭୂମିରେ ତମେ ଠିଆ ହେଇଥିବ ୱାଲଟେର ଯାଇଥିବ ତମେ ବାଇଜେକ୍ ଯାଇଥିବ ସେଠି ଯେତେବେଳେ ସମୁଦ୍ର କୂଳକୁ ଆସିକି ଢେଉ ମାଡ଼ ଖାଏ ସେତେବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ଶବ୍ଦ ଆସେ ସାଉଣ୍ଡ ଆସେ that is called breaker shore so one of his men told him what happens can't hear अरे हमको सुना जाऊनी कौन कहला can't hear what said one the breaker shore ସମୁଦ୍ର ଢେଉ କୂଳରେ ମାଡ଼ ଖାଇବାଟା ଆମକୁ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉନି ଦ ବ୍ରେକର ରୋର ଆମକୁ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉନି ଫର୍ ମି ଥିଙ୍କ୍ସ କାରଣ ମୁଁ ଭାବୁଛି who is telling one of his men for me thinks we should be near the shore ଆଉ ଜଣେ ଲୋକ କହିଲା yes I'm thinking we must be near the shore ଆମେ ତ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ସମୁଦ୍ର କୂଳ ପାଖାପାଖି ହେଇଯିବା କଥା we must be near the shore methinks near the shore now where we are I cannot tell another person tell now where we are I cannot tell I can't tell where we are now ମୁଁ କହିପାରିବିନି ଆମେ କୋଉଠି ଅଛୁ I can't say where we are now but I wish I could hear the Inchcape bell but I wish हे भगवान मोर इच्छा काश काश मैं सुन पाता काश मैं वो Inchcape बेल की आवाज को सुन पाता but I wish if I could hear the Inchcape bell जदि ମୁଁ ଶୁଣି ପାରନ୍ତି ସେ Inchcape bell ର ଶବ୍ଦଟା ମୁଁ ଜାଣି ପାରନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆମେ କୂଳ ପାଖାପାଖି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲଣି ବୋଲି ମୁଁ ଯଦି ସେ Inchcape bell ର ଶବ୍ଦଟା ଶୁଣି ପାରନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ମୁଁ ଭାବନ୍ତି ଯେ ଆମେ କୂଳ ପାଖାପାଖି ପହଞ୍ଚିଲଣି ବୋଲି they hear no sound କିନ୍ତୁ ତାଙ୍କୁ କୌଣସି ଶବ୍ଦ ଶୁଭୁ ନଥିଲା they hear no sound the swell is strong the swell is strong the swell is strong what was happening they were just ସମୁଦ୍ରର ପାଣି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ବଢୁଥିଲା ଢେଉ ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ବଢି ଯାଉଥିଲା the swell is strong though the wind hath fallen they drift along though the wind hath fallen ପବନଟା କମି ଯାଇଥିଲା the wind hath fallen they drift along ସେ ସମୁଦ୍ର ସେ ଢେଉ ତାଳେ ତାଳେ କ'ଣ ହଉଥିଲା ତାଙ୍କର ଜାହାଜଟା ଭାସି ଭାସି ଯାଉଥିଲା though the wind hath fallen they drift along ସେମାନେ ଭାସି ଭାସି ତାଙ୍କର ଜାହାଜଟା ଗତି ନିର୍ଦ୍ଧାରିତ ହେଇକି ତାର ଆପେ ଆପେ ଚାଲି ଯାଉଥିଲା they drift along till the vessel strike with a shivering shock then what happens all of a sudden still the vessel means the ships strike with a shivering shock all of a sudden what happens the vessel means the ship strike with a shivering shock ଦୋହଲି ଗଲା ଜାହାଜଟା ଦୋହଲି ଗଲା ଗୋଟେ ଶକ୍ତ ଧକ୍କା ହେଲା କୋଉ ଜିନିଷ ସହିତ it was a shivering shock oh Christ one of the men told oh Christ hey Bhagwan oh Christ it is the Inchcape rock and what was there yes it is what it is the Inchcape rock ସେ Inchcape rock ସହିତ ତାଙ୍କ ଜାହାଜଟା ଧକ୍କା ହେଲା Sir Ralph the rover tore his hair Sir Ralph the rover tore his hair Sir Ralph କ'ଣ କଲା ତାର ମୁଣ୍ଡର ବାଳକୁ ଧରିକି ସେ ଟାଣି ପକାଉଥାଏ Sir Ralph the rover tore his hair ସେ ଟାଣି ପକାଉଥାଏ ଚୁଟିକି ଧରିକି ସେ ଟାଣି ପକାଉଥାଏ he cursed himself in his despair କହିଲେ ଯନ୍ତ୍ରଣା despair କହିଲେ trouble situation so he cursed himself in his despair ସେ ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ ଦୋଷ ଦଉଥିଲା ନିଜକୁ ନିଜେ ସେ ଅଭିଶାପ ଦଉଥିଲା କିଏ Sir Ralph he was just cursing himself in his despair ସେ ଦୁଃଖଦ ସମୟରେ ସେ ନିଜକୁ ହିଁ ଦୋଷ ଦଉଥିଲା ଅନ୍ୟ କାହାକୁ ଦୋଷ ଦଉନଥିଲା ସେ the waves rush on every side ଚାରିଆଡୁ ସେ ଜାହାଜ ଭିତରକୁ ପାଣି ପଶି ଆସୁଥିଲା the wave rush on every side the ship is sinking beneath the tide ଜାହାଜଟି ଧୀରେ ଧୀରେ ସମୁଦ୍ର ଭିତରେ ବିଲୁପ୍ତ ହେବାକୁ ଯାଉଥିଲା ସମୁଦ୍ର ଭିତରେ ଧୀରେ 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 ବୁଡ଼ି ଯାଉଥିଲା the ship is sinking kala budiva beneath the tide it was just going down the side it was going down the sea and nobody was there to help them and it is their deed because they have done this type of work that's why ସେମାନେ ସେମିତି କରିଛନ୍ତି ସେ ଫଳ ପାଇବାର ଯୋଗ୍ୟ that's why it was happening to them the ship was sinking beneath by underneath is beneath it's a preposition but even in his dying fear ସେ ମରଣର ଭୟ ସେ ସମୟରେ କିଏ ଭୟ କରୁଥିଲା ମରଣର ଭୟ କାହା ପାଖରେ ଥିଲା Sir Ralph good evening Balram that means right yeah okay so the waves but even in his dying fear ସେ ମରିବାର ଭୟ ତାକୁ ଗ୍ରାସ କରୁଥିଲା ତାକୁ attack କରୁଥିଲା କାହାକୁ Sir Ralph one dreadful sound could the rover hear And at that time also, he was going to die. At that time also, one sound was coming to him. Se gote shabda ଶୁଣୁଥିଲା. You are just listening a sound. ତାକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଶବ୍ଦ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଥିଲା. କୋଉ ଶବ୍ଦ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଥିଲା? A sound as if with the Inchcape bell, as it is the sound of Inchcape bell. ସତେ କି ସେ Inchcape bellର ଶବ୍ଦଟା ତାକୁ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଥିଲା କାହାକୁ? ସାର୍ ରାଲ୍ଫକୁ ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଥିଲା. କାହିଁକି ଶୁଭା ଯାଉଥିଲା? Because he has done that. He deserved that. Yes or no? As you sow, so shall you reap. ତମେ ଯେମିତି କର୍ମ କରିବ ସେମିତି ଫଳ ପାଇବ. ଆମେ ଆମ୍ବ ଗଛରେ ତେନ୍ତୁଳି ଫଳିବା ବୋଲି ତ କେବେ ଆଶା କରିପାରିବା ନା? ଆମ୍ବ ଗଛରେ ଆମ୍ବ ହିଁ ଫଳିବ. Yes or no? But even in his time fear, one dreadful sound could the rover hear. One dreadful sound, ଗୋଟେ ଭୟଙ୍କର ଶବ୍ଦ ତାକୁ ଶୁଭୁଥିଲା. He was listening the dreadful sound. Oh, yes, the rover. He was listening the dreadful sound. Here, a sound as if with the Inchcape bell, and that sound as if it is the Inchcape bell. ସତେ କି ଏଟା Inchcape bell ର ଶବ୍ଦ. ସେ ଯେଉଁ ବେଲ୍ ଟାକୁ କାଟି ଦେଇଥିଲା ସେଇ ବେଲ୍ ତାକୁ ଡାକୁଛି, ହେ ଆଇଜା, come rover, come to me, with calling. ହରର ଫିଲ୍ମ ଦେଖିଥିବ, ଭୂତ ଡାକେ, ଆସ. Yes or no? So like that, he was just able to listen that sound of the Inchcape bell. ତାକୁ ସେ Inchcape bell ଟା ଡାକୁଥିଲା, କାରଣ ସେ ହିଁ କାଟିଥିଲା. ସେ ହିଁ, ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ଜଣକୁ ମାରି ଦେଇଥିଲେ ତା ବିଷୟରେ ଚିନ୍ତା କଲେ ବି ଆମକୁ ଭୂତ ଦେଖିଲା ଭଳିଆ ଲାଗେ. The devil below was ringing his knell, and what was happening to him? The devil below, ତାର ପାଦ ତଳେ, devil କହିଲେ ଏଠି ଯମରାଜ. The devil below was ringing his nail. ତାର ଆଣ୍ଠୁକୁ ଧରିକି ସତେ କି ଯମ ତଳକୁ ଟାଣି ନଉଥିଲା. ପିଲେ ଏଥିରୁ ଆମେ କ'ଣ ଶିଖିଲେ? That's all from the part of the poem. ପୋଏମରୁ ଆମେ କ'ଣ ଶିଖିଲେ? ଯେ ଆମେ ଯେମିତି କର୍ମ କରିବା ଆମେ ସେମିତି ଫଳ ପାଇବା. ଆମେ ଭଲ କାମ କଲେ ଭଲ ଫଳ ପାଇବା, ଖରାପ କାମ କଲେ ଖରାପ ଫଳ ପାଇବା. So I'll tell you a story. ଗୋଟେ ଗପ କହିବି ପିଲେ ଶୁଣିବ? I'll tell you a story. Look, ଥରେ Dilip Kumar, one of the reputed film star of our industry, ଥରେ ସେ ଫ୍ଲାଇଟ୍ରେ ଯାଉଥିଲା. ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର, ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି? ସେ ଫ୍ଲାଇଟ୍ରେ ଯାଉ ସମସ୍ତେ ଦେଖିଲେ, ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଆସିଲେ, ସମସ୍ତେ ଘେରିଗଲେ ଆଉ କହିଲେ, ସାର୍ ଆପଣ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର? ୟେସ୍, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଦ୍ୟାଟ୍ ଫେମସ୍ ହିରୋ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର. Then what happens, and one person was sitting in a chair. ଜଣେ ଲୋକ ବସିଥିଲା, ତାର કોઈ ରିଆକ୍ସନ୍ ନାହିଁ. ସେ ପେପର ପଢ଼ି ଚାଲୁଥିଲା, ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାରଙ୍କ ଆଡ଼େ ଧ୍ୟାନ ବି ଦେଲା ନାହିଁ. ତ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର ଏଇ ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ଲକ୍ଷ୍ୟ କରିଥିଲେ. ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର ତାଙ୍କ ପାଖକୁ ଗଲେ, ଡୁ ୟୁ ନୋ ମି? He told, no, I don't know. ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି. ସେତିକିରେ ମ୍ୟାଟର ଗଲା. ତ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଫ୍ଲାଇଟ୍ ଆସିକି ତାଙ୍କର ଡେଷ୍ଟିନେସନ୍ରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିଲା. ସେ ଓହ୍ଲେଇଲେ. ସେ ଲୋକ ତଥାପି ବି ତାଙ୍କୁ ଧ୍ୟାନ ଦେଉନଥିଲା. ସେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଯାଇକି ପଚାରିଲେ, ଡୁ ୟୁ ନୋ ମି? ନୋ, ଆଇ ଡୋଣ୍ଟ ନୋ. ହ୍ୱାଇ ସୁଡ୍ ଆଇ ନୋ ୟୁ? ମୁଁ ତମକୁ କାହିଁ ଜାଣିବି? ତାପରେ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର ନିଜେ କହିଲେ, ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଦିଲ୍ଲୀପ କୁମାର. ମେ ଆଇ ନୋ ହୁ ଆର୍ ୟୁ? Then the person himself introduced, yes, I am Jamsetji Tata, the father of Ratan Tata. ମୋର କହିବାର କଥା ଥିଲା ପିଲେ, ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଫିଲ୍ମ ଦେଖୁଛେ, ଆମେ ସମସ୍ତେ ସବୁ କରୁଛେ, କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ଫିଲ୍ମ ବିଷୟରେ ଆମେ ଘୋଷି ପକାଉଛେ. ଆମେ ବହିଟାକୁ ଯଦି ଏତେ କନସେନ୍ଟ୍ରେଟ୍ କରି ଦେଖିବା ତାହେଲେ ତ ଆମକୁ ପରୀକ୍ଷାରେ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ହେବ ନାହିଁ. बड़े बड़े लोग छोटे छोटे काम नहीं करते बच्चों. So if you want to be a big person, an admirable person, if you want to be an extraordinary person, do extraordinary work. अगर आप बड़ा बनना चाहते हो तो बड़ा सोचो, बड़ा करो. छोटी छोटी चीज पर अपना स्टेमिना खर्च मत किया करो. डोंट ट्राई. ये सुनो, क्वेश्चन आंसर को जीवा बिले, क्वेश्चन आंसर डिस्कस करिवन नहीं. We'll discuss the question answer or no? Tell me. Okay, let's discuss the question answer. What happens? How did Ralph become rich? The first question, how did Ralph become rich? Ralph was wicked fellow. He plundered the store and became rich. Ralph was wicked fellow. He plundered the store and sheep and became rich. The next question, why did the sheep lose its way in the sea while it was heading towards Scotland? Why did se samudra tar digo kahin ki horela? What is the reason? While the ship was heading towards Scotland shore, there was a dark haze and the sun was hiding in the sky. Nobody was able to see anything. That's why it was just collided with the Inchcape rock and the ship was destroyed. Okay, next. Question number three. Why did a mariner think that they were near the shore? They were near the shore because they were just able to hear the breaker shore. That's why they thought that they are just near the shore. Why did Sir Ralph curse himself? Why did Sir Ralph curse himself? Sir Ralph cursed himself because he had cut the bell. He had cut the bell. If he might have not cut the bell, they might have heard that sound of the Inchcape bell and they might have been saved. That's why he was cursing himself. Okay. Next question. The devil below was ringing his nail. What does expression means? The devil below was ringing his nail. What does this expression means? And the Sir Ralph got drowned in the sea after the wreck, after the collision, and his feet was going deeper. His feet was going deeper. That means he was about to die, and this is being described by the poet as the devil was nailing his nail, ringing his nail. Okay, last question of today, and thereafter we'll end the class. Do you find this poem musical? Do you think the poem musical? The rhyme scheme of the first stanza is AABB. Is the rhyme scheme same for all the stanza? Yes. The poem is beautiful and the poem has the same rhyme scheme throughout the poem. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow at 7:30 again with a new chapter again. Okay. Bye bye. Stay healthy. Good night.